Hello, hi guys. So let's go back to today's presentation. Again, I like this kind of I recorded a video, so, so you know you can watch it anytime, and then because in the class, listen to me, and then that's done. And um, in the remotely, I don't think it's that effective. So and a lot of times it's hard to make the time to meet all together at the same time. So. Um, what I want to talk about today is ADA. I think that's another really important thing, especially right now when we design things. ADA is a big thing. It's actually a big thing. It's not just say, oh, we're sought for something. It's required. It's basic requirement now, because there's so many older person. There's so many people complain about it. Um, if you want to look more on this information, because there's a whole book about it, if you want to look more on those, you can look at a textbook, which is page 152, 154. The textbook, if I'm right, is site engineering landscape. I think, yes, so this book. So check it out. Probably you can find it more information on this. What I do is just give you a really simple kind of work through on that. Introduce you a little bit. Basically, for ADA, I would say, I would maybe prepare a cheat sheet. Actually, what I presented to you today is a cheat sheet. So you can just look at it or take a screenshot and then print out, and when you design, use it. Um, for example, if you want to design a workway with continuous gradients, what that means is, it's a long workway, and there will be, slopes on it. It's not like a flat for really long. Um, what they find out is when you design this, like a trails or passes, and generally bigger parks. Um, for example, let me show you. Everybody heard gas work? That's gas work. You see, that's quite a bit pass in there, and they have this. See that? They have a really long pass. Let me see. Yeah, see that? They have a really long pass. But the good thing is what they do is when you walk, you wanna as say before you go up, you at least have a space that is 60-inch minimum. That's flat. Okay, so you don't want to immediately go up, and then pretty much every 200 feet you can go up. Um, um, and then you need another 60. So it's 260, 260. That's kind of scenario we're looking for. And then they're talking about the pass. You have to 36 minimum, 36-inch of minimum, like 3 feet inch minimum of width. Okay. Typically, a lot of wide sidewalk is 5 feet or 6 feet. So this is 5 feet minimum if it in this flat zone. What they call is passing space. That's what they call passing space or a rest area. And you don't want it to be really steep, or the slope maximum is 2%. It's 1 or 2%. That's the point. Okay. But if you go back and look at the gas work, I would argue, um, you know, what they do is, I think, they go up and they stay here a little bit, and then they go up and stay here a little bit, and then go up, stay here. But each point does not have 200 feet. Okay. Same with here. Go up, stop here, because when they turn, this area should be flat, and this is flat too, and go here flat and go back. So there's some ways like that, things like that. Okay. Um, so that's exterior route of travel. That's basically landscape architecture looking for. So here is some bullet points. It's pretty much what I'm talking about before, just now. So in urban parks, parking lots, amenities, and rest. Um, you want to develop amenities in restrooms, and you want to be practical, direct route. So basically, you don't want to for ADA, actually, you don't want to back and forth like that. If you can't go straight, you have to go straight because people have wheelchairs. Um, and this is important. Actually, it shows the slope must be maximum of 5%. Um, so you know, um, that means it's 5% is kind of a standards. Okay, that's what they mean. Where conditions have greater than 5%, a ramp must be provided. Um, I think what this means is, from here to here is if it's more than 5%, you probably need to do ramp. What that ramp is, okay, I just googled it for you. So usually ramp is a protected path, especially see here this is disabled. So have railings, have a lot of protections for the people, like those, for the people, okay, for disabled people, um, and then this talk about 60 inches, 200 feet, those things, okay, and the surface must be slip resistant. Okay, so that's about this. Okay, when you do a pass, that's kind of a rule of some of that. And here is talking about 5% any distance, and that's any distance 5%. But if you have this kind of rest area, and then you have this ramp, then you can do it's 200 is too lower than you can do 5 to 8. But if you go to 8 to 10, you cannot be longer than 30%. 10% is 30 feet. 10 feet, you can go 10 to 12. That's kind of the point. Because, if it's steeper, if you're a wheelchair person, it take a lot of energy just to move up. Because, the gravity is really high on the higher slope. Please remember that. So those distance is really good. So when you do design, you have a nice trail, but please understand the trails. The slopes on the trails means energy. People need to get up, not get up like to, move when they're a wheelchair person. Okay. Um, Okay, so outdoor recreation access, that means usually you want it to be ADA. Definitely, um, you want to comply ADA 100%. When when the path is connected to camping, picnic, trailhead area, and we talk about 5%. Resting area 60 inch. Um, 3% max cross slope. This that's for here it says 2%, but this is 3%. Um, I guess I will take it 2%. Okay. I don't know why it's 3% here. Maybe it's because that's for the ones that's connect to the amenities. But 2% is safe. Wood decking gap less than 2.1 inch. That means we talk about wood deck gap. That's actually another thing. If you look at it, that's actually an important thing. Into wood deck gap, if you search that, you find out. Oh, okay. So there's gaps. See this black line? That's a gap, right? See, there's a gap. See, gap spacing. You see the spacing, there's quarter inch. Okay, here is half inch. So you don't want the gap more than half inch when you do ADA. Okay, and 200 passing area feet. Should have passing area. Okay, so this is really great rule of thumb. And I think when we talk about design, I don't know, when we do presentations, very few people talk about this. Okay, so so this ERT, see this ERT and ORAR. Okay, I think there's two different way. That's one thing I think we need to understand. So ERT is exterior routes of travel. Okay, and the outdoor recreation access. Okay, so I think what that means is there are different type of passes. One is exterior route of travel. It's just normally, generally, okay. And then outdoor recreation access. It means these areas, okay. So if you have paths connect to these areas, you follow this rule, So and then this is normal trail, okay. So unlike ERT and ORAR, trail connect to more remote area for hiking. That's for a wheelchair person. You go to really remote, far area. And you talk about resting frequency, like go to a mountain hiking or something. Okay, resting frequency. Again, I think there's not much difference in terms of resting space. 200, 30, 10. If you go here, 200, 30, 10. And in terms of slope, it's actually the same too. So those are standards. Remember this chart, super important. Okay. Resting area 60-inch, nothing changed. Cross slope 5%. This is probably the only space that has been changed. This 3%, this 2%, and then when you go normal trail in far area, it can be 5%. Okay. In terms of passing, you can do 1,000 feet, like that. Okay. In terms of passing, okay. So this rest area, and then you can do 1,000 feet. This 200. You can be longer and do a passing. Okay. See, this is passing. See that? Okay. Okay. And this is just another chart in terms of different categories, and what kind of service, what kind of running slope, cross slope, minimum clear thread width, thread obstacles, passing space, resting intervals. Okay. It's basically pretty much what we were talking about in the previous slides, but this is in one page. I got this from different website. People, conclude, and these rules, they do change every, couple, 3-5 years. But usually here are the factors or principles you need pay attention about. Okay, again, this is another. There's width, there's maximum grade, sustained running, distance, cross slope service, railing, small level changes, rest areas, passing spaces. This is a little bit older, so I think right now you see, and they have easy and moderate. It's basically different levels. Okay. Here just some trail construction tips. First one, not really a tip. It's just everybody didn't think about this. It's pretty general. So first one I don't see as a tip. Number 3, 2, 3. These are really all really general. I think this is grade 1. Vary the direction of the trail to add a variety. That's good. You don't want to all the way all the same direction. create a loop. That's a tip. Okay. um, and natural and native materials, that's good. um, and this another thing, 2 to 4 feet with a trail side vegetation clearing. A lot of people forgot about this. Vegetation clearing actually is important. um, you know Sometimes there's animals, or sometimes the plants grow on the trail. Not safe for a lot of people. um, okay. Okay, I think most of these are pretty general. I would not take it really pay that much attention, but there's a couple points really good. Okay, anyway, so today's pretty short, but I want to make it short because you can go back at this video and check them out later, if you want to come back. Um, but again, ADA is really important. ADA really, it's about slope. It's about how much slope you want to do. It's about when you need to slope, when you need to be flat. Okay, basically, the goal is to be. They did a lot of research on the wheelchair person, or older person. Um, what's the most comfortable way that you can accommodate as much as disadvantaged people as possible? Okay, thank you.